I am 37 years old, and I say this because I'm going to make a distinct difference from what and I'm just going to speak as a black man from Newark, New Jersey. I'm going to speak as a black man from Newark, New Jersey, and I'm going to speak on what our ancestors have done, not to try to discredit them, but to just try to show a difference in what's possible now. For the longest, our ancestors have been trying to fight the systematic oppression of black people in the United States with social issues, civil rights, uh, fair voting, equality. But you can't change how someone else feels or thinks. You can't change this stuff. What we can change is the economics behind it and what we do with the economics. If you're talking about, let's say we're in a fight, right? And you throw a punch. It's harder for me to block the punch and hold the punch than to just move it into get energy into a different direction. And I'm going to attach that to inflation. Inflation is the punch. It's harder for me to just stop the punch and try to, because I don't know how big the person is. I don't know how heavy inflation will be. I don't know how heavy cancel culture will be. I don't know how heavy feminism will be in the future, because it just gets more and more and more all the time. And if we do what our ancestors did, we're trying to stop the punch or stop the stuff, we're going to end up in the same situation where us black people have lost more. We economically own less now than we did in 1968 because we've been trying to stop the punch. And what I feel as though us travel people are doing in the travel community, showing you the global world and showing you the different thing and the options we have around the world as United States black citizens, is not trying to stop the punch. We're just swaying out the way and pushing it. So therefore, the force that's coming from inflation, the force that's coming from feminism, the force that's coming from women asking for money, we're not trying to stop it. We're just saying, hey, go ahead, go past, and we're going to push it. And now we have all our energy. We could attack, or we could go another way and take that energy and build elsewhere. I'm not saying leave, because I believe that as black United States citizens, we are, and I believe in universal blackness. Black meaning, people with melanated skin around the world, but black started in the United States. 1968, people didn't want to be called Negro or colored anymore, or the other word, and they said, we want to be called black, and that's what black started. 1968, the consensus came to that, right? So as I'm talking about black United States citizens, we can then push that energy aside instead of focusing on changing that or stopping cancel culture or stopping inflation, or we can push that energy aside, take the energy we reserve from not trying to block it, go to Colombia and build, go to Dominican Republic and build, go to Jamaica, go to places where our income, like I said, us as black American United States citizens are the most powerful economic blacks in the world as a whole. Because the lowest, the poorest, or not poorest, the most poverty-stricken person in the United States, a black person in the United States, is making far more than some of the average people or top people in a lot of other countries. But the knowledge of the options is not there. And I feel as though if more of us preach that, then we won't be so stuck in trying to block the punch of inflation, block the punch of capitalism or communism or not communism, feminism and stuff like that. And because I think the more we try to, oh, this cancel culture sucks, they doing this and this, whether it's in politics, whether it's in women canceling men, the more we try to block it, the more we're gonna end up just like our ancestors who put us in the worst, who have us still in the worst place than we was 60 years ago.